Good morning, everyone. My name is Reverend D. Frisking, and welcome to another episode of Powerful Movementspodcast. Today's episode, where we'll be talking about soulmates. Have you ever wondered if that person is the one? Have you ever wondered and say, how do I know? And how can I find the one who's destined for me? That word soulmates. Soulmate. Soulmates are a fascinating concept that spans across spiritual, philosophical, and psychological perspectives. Here is a deep dive into what soulmates are, their signs, and how they manifest in relationships. What is a soulmate? The definition of what soulmate is. A soulmate is often described as a person with whom you share a deep, almost unexplainable connection. This type of connection is believed to transcend time, lifetimes, and circumstances. Some believe soulmates are destined to meet, while others think they are created through shared experiences and growth. For me, I would say soulmates are destined to meet. The types of soulmates. Not all soulmates are romantic, but they come in different forms. Number 1, romantic soulmates, meaning deeply connected partners who feel like they were meant to be. Number 2, karmic soulmates, intense relationships meant to teach lessons, often challenging but necessary for growth. Number 3, twin flames. Some believe a twin flame is a mirrored soul. One soul split into two bodies, experiencing life separately but drawn to each other. Number 4, companion soulmates. Deep friendships that feel like family, offering support and connection without romance. Number 5, teacher soulmates. Those who enter our lives to guide us through important lessons, often temporary but impactful. Here is signs you have found your soulmate. If you're wondering whether you've met your soulmate, here are some key signs. Instant recognition and comfort. When you meet, it feels like you've known them forever. Like even if you just met, it's like a moment of, where have you been all my life? Number 2, a deep emotional connection. You understand each other without many words and feel safe expressing your true self. The next sign is magnetic attraction. There is a strong pull toward each other, whether physically, emotionally, or spiritually. The next sign, similar values and life goals. Even if your personalities differ, your core values and visions for life, it aligns. The next sign, challenges that strengthen you. True soulmates don't always mean a perfect relationship. They challenge you to grow, but in a way that builds rather than breaks. The next sign you found it, unexplainable synchronicities. You may experience repeated coincidences leading you to each other, or moments where your lives align in unexpected ways. The next sign, feeling at home. Their presence feels like home, bringing peace and grounding no matter where you are. The next sign, sorry about that. Effortless communication. You can talk about anything or even communicate without words, sensing each other's emotions. The next sign you see is support through tough times. Even in conflict, they remain a source of support and growth rather than destruction. And the last sign to know that they're the one is spiritual awakening. They push you to evolve spiritually, mentally, or emotionally, helping you to become the better version of yourself. Now I'm going to give you how do you find your soulmate. How do you find it? There are 4 things you need to do to know how to find your soulmate. The first thing you need to do is focus on self-growth. Many believe you attract your soulmate when you're aligned with your authentic self, and that is accurately right. You have to be your authentic self for your soulmate to find you. The second thing you need to do in order to find your soulmate, trust divine timing. I'm going to repeat that again. Trust divine timing. Soulmates often appear when the time is right, not necessarily when you're looking. The third thing, stay open-minded. They may not always fit your ideal type, but the connection is undeniable, unstoppable. Love is an unstoppable force, and no one can stand in the way of that magnetic love. No one can stop it, because the Creator created y'all to be together for a reason. It's an unstoppable force. So no, it doesn't matter who said, oh, that person ain't for you. They cannot tell you that person's for you. God knows it is for you. The fourth thing, follow your intuition. If someone feels like they're meant to be in your life, pay attention to that feeling. Some believe soulmates are destined, while others believe they are created through mutual effort, love, and growth. But the answer to how God feels is they are destined, because God destined for that person to be together. Either way, a soulmate relationship is one of the most transformative experiences one can have. Do you think you've met your soulmate, or are you still searching? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to share my story on this. Now, that word soulmate. Think about, before I share my story on this information, I want you to think of that word soul mate. Soul. Now, what do you think that word soul stands for? Think about it. What do you think that word soul stands for? Soul is, it doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. The soul can be masculine or feminine. So when you hear the word soul, that soul can add, so that soul can be masculine or feminine. While the word mate is for the feminine energy, mean femininity. So the soul can be male or female. That is how it works. So that means if the soul is feminine and the mate is feminine, that is how it works. Because God works in mysterious ways. So God is the only one that can put the right person in your life, the the right person is going to be the least expected. And when I mean that it'll be the least expected, that means that the Holy Spirit can allow another person to be in your life. So it doesn't matter if you're a female. God doesn't see the female body. God sees the heart. God doesn't look at the physical. God looks at the heart. So that's why how God shows you, God is the only one that can choose who you are. So no one on earth, not even your earthly parents, can choose for you. God is the only one can. God is your matchmaker. God is the only one that can allow you to be together, because guess what? It's destined. You're destined to be together, because souls can travel across lifetimes to come and find. Because I'm gonna say this: the soul travels through time and space to find the person, because both of them in other lifetimes they were together, and now they have the opportunity on earth to find each other. So that is what soulmates is. So I'm going to give you the definition of that word soul, because we already know that the soul can mean masculine or feminine. The soul can mean masculine or feminine energy. So it doesn't matter what the soul is, but the mate. That word mate, your helpmate, that soulmate. So I'm gonna reveal to you the meaning, the full meaning of what that word soul come from, so you guys understand what soul means. So when you find it, you will know exactly what to look for. So I'm gonna hold on a minute, guys. Let me pull up that definition real quick. Okay, there we go. Now, the definition of the word soul is the spiritual or immaterial part of a human being or an animal regarded as immortal. Now, I want you to know this, that's the first meaning. There's two meanings of that word soul. That's the first meaning. The second meaning to the word soul is emotional or intellectual energy or intensity, especially as revealed in a work of art or an artistic performance. So the soul is an energy. That's what it's saying. Now, I'm going to tell you how God feels about that word soul mate. So give me a second while I do that real quick, so you guys will understand the meaning of what soulmate is. So that word. So hold on a minute. Give me a second here. Let me put it up real quick, guys. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you guys are going to hear everything that you need to know about where that word soul comes from and that mean. I already told where to come from. We're gonna go like that. I'm gonna give you the full meaning of where soul means and where it comes from, and where it comes from, and mate. I got you guys. Give me a second, guys, while I pull it up real quick. Including mates. There we go. This is a beautiful music. Now, the term, I got it. I had to find it for a second. The term soul, it has diverse interpretations across different cultures, philosophies, and religious traditions. The general meaning of soul for religious and spiritual views. In many religious traditions, the soul is considered the eternal essence of a person, the spiritual component that outlives physical death. Like, for example, Christianity. The soul is believed to be created by God. That is accurate. And to live eternally. That is accurate. Either in heaven or hell, based on one's earthly actions. In Hinduism, the soul or Atman is eternal and goes through cycles of reincarnation until achieving moksha. That's liberation. Islam. The soul or Ra is seen as a divine light created by Allah, which returns to him upon death. In Judaism, the soul, Nefesh or Neshama, is seen as the breath of God within humans, connecting them to the divine. Philosophical views. In philosophy, the soul is often discussed as the mind or consciousness. So, for example, Plato, he viewed the soul as immortal and the true essence of a person divided into three parts: rational, spirited, and appetitive. Aristotle, he saw the soul as the form of a living being responsible of its life functions. In modern views, in contemporary thought, the soul is sometimes seen as a metaphor of the mind, consciousness, or the seat of emotions and personality. The origins of the concept of the soul likely originated from early human attempts to explain life, death, and consciousness. Many ancient cultures believe in a life force or spiritual essence that existed beyond the physical body. These ideas evolved into more complex religious and philosophical beliefs about the soul. So that term soulmate, it refers to a person with whom one has deep natural affinity, often thought to be the perfect match on the spiritual or emotional level. I'm going to give you some key aspects. Romantic context, often used to be described as a romantic partner who's seen as one's perfect match, with whom one shares a profound, almost predestined connection. The second thing is spiritual context. In some spiritual beliefs, a soulmate is a person with whom one has shared past lives or a preordained connection, meant to help each other grow and fulfill their spiritual paths. And the third thing, popular culture. The idea of soulmates has been popularized in literature, films, and media, even portraying an idealized form of romantic love. The concept of soulmate can be found in various forms across different cultures and traditions, each adding to its unique perspective on the nature of this deep connection. Guys, if you want me to dive deep into more on what in a specific topic of soulmates, I want you to let me know, because I will be covering topics like what do different cultures believe about the soul, and we're going to talk about how can soulmates affect personal growth, and we're going to talk about how has the concept of soulmates changed over time. We're going to go, so that's going to be other topics to come. Make sure to stay tuned if you need. So if you like to hear this, you know what to do. The buttons are there. thumbs up. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So here's what I'm going to share: a quick story of how I found my soulmate. How I found my do you know the Powerful Moments podcast first ever name? I remember I was trying to find a name, and the thing is, it was the Danica show. Then it was turned to I Met My Future Wife show. If y'all remember back further in 2023, when I named the podcast I Met My Future Wife show, because this platform here was started because of my future spouse, my future wife. It was built on that. It was the Holy Spirit and the one who God created for me. So this platform here is started through God Himself and through the one. It was the one for me who allowed this platform to exist. God is the reason. God and my future spouse is why this platform exists today. So what I'm saying is this: the feeling how I feel when I met my soulmate is magnetic, because it doesn't matter nobody cannot stop the love, the connection, because the Holy Spirit knows that person is for you. God, so if you are a male and your soulmate is a male, then that is how God put it together, because God sees the heart. Remember, God sees the heart. So God is the only one that can put us together. God is one that can put a soul. That's why I said the soul is masculine or feminine. So if you have the masculine side, interested in the masculine side for a reason, that is how God put it. It has been started in creation. We got to remember this. A woman came out of a man. I want you to think about that. A woman came out of a man. So that means we know Adam was pregnant in reverse. So when I say Adam was he was pregnant in a reverse, meaning in the rib, that is how a woman came out. So that is why so that's why even though God knows that the Holy Spirit can be masculine or feminine, so that's what I'm saying. That's how God works. So the people who think that word homosexuality is wrong and whatever, in God's eyes, God see it past that. God see it past that. God sees the heart, the connection. He ordained that connection for a reason. There's a reason why it exists today. There's a reason why it exists today. It's not because it's how God created. Remember, nobody is in charge of this world except for Him. So God can do whatever He wants. So He knows that soul travel lifetimes to be together. So that's why the Holy Spirit put them together for a reason. So that's why when it comes to me and my girlfriend, God doesn't sees God sees the heart of the person. God knows. God is the matchmaker. And if God said that person's the one, it is the one. Love, it cannot be forced. It should not be forced. The connection should not be forced. It should be naturally. So I'm going to leave you with this. I want you to know that don't force love. Don't force it. If that person is meant for you, they're meant for you. If they're not meant for you, you will know it. God will reveal it to you. So go follow your intuition. Follow your heart. Your heart knows where you need to be. Your heart knows where your soul, your mate is. You are the soul. Your mate is the person. That's what it is. Because two souls, because remember, we have a soul in our body. We have a soul. We don't know if that soul is masculine or feminine. Is how we act. That's how, because how we act is a reflection of our authenticity. So that's the reason why God can do that. So let me tell you something. Just because God does, let me tell you something. You think God doesn't know what He's doing? He knows what He's doing. So He's the only one that can put people together, because He can. So I want you to remember this. I gave you the signs and how you find the one that you love. Remember, seek God first. Seek Him. And He's going to provide the one. He's going to guide you to the one. Because guess what? How I found the one, I had to go through my ex-girlfriends to get to the one. I have 3 girlfriends. And the 4th one is the one. How it happened? I was with my first ex for 1 year. 1 year. That situation, and there's a lesson that I had to go through to find, for me to get to the one. That's the reason why the Holy Spirit put me in 3 relationships. That's the reason why. He wants me to learn. So in order for God to put the right one, because is that if you're ready, that's why timing is everything, as I mentioned. So I'm gonna leave you with that. Timing is everything. Thank you for joining this conversation, and I pray that I will pray for you to find the one. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you find this episode helpful to you, I want you to use all these buttons: the like, the comment, the share. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your feedback and what you think. Alright, guys, and you can find me on all social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe, and also if you need more information on this, so I can deeper in it, by means I will do more videos for it. Alright, guys, God bless you, and I will see you in the next one. Y'all, don't miss out. Head to powerfulmovementspodcast.com/store and grab your Powerful Movement Podcast merch today. Be bold, be inspired, be part of the movement.